Hello, YouTube. We're going to do a get ready with me. I'm going to do the look right now in this impromptu get ready with me. It is, so I got my first copyright claim, and we're going to talk about that a little bit and some other things, but we're working with the Avani Gregg palette from Morphe, and I will hopefully do an in-depth review on this. But this is gorgeous. When I ordered it, I did not realize that this bottom section are actually liners if you put water on them. They work as shadows as well, but this palette is stinking gorgeous. I made a look with it the other day, and I was really impressed with it. I sincerely wonder why it is that those little 9-pan palettes just suck so bad. And I mean bad. But this is so good, you know? How does that happen? I don't get it. So let's make a look. I don't want to do just purple. I want to like mix it up a little bit. So I think we're going to start with a green. Let me clean off this brush really good. So my cat is, as usual, sitting here meowing at me, and it's daytime. It's not nighttime, so I don't know what your problem is, cat. You're always up in my stuff. Okay, so it was my purchase or pass videos, the number 4 and number 5, that got copyright claimed, so I had to take them down. I'm so sorry for the people that watched. Thank you. For the people that commented, thank you. But I had to take it down because I was like, I know I'm not monetized, and technically I didn't have to take it down, but I don't want anything on my channel that, like, you know, I've stolen. I don't want to be, I don't want to have any copyright issues at all, you know? I'm never trying to do that. I used some music that was in my app. I kind of figured, since they were just like instrumentals, that they were not copyrighted, but I think I'm wrong. So I just reposted number 5 because that was the quickest one that I could fix. Like, I took out all the music, and I posted that. So I'm hoping that there's no copyright claim at this point because I took the music out, and I don't know what else would be a problem, you know? So that was yesterday. I spent all day yesterday editing, like the research, the filming. I did all that on Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday. And then I did all of the editing yesterday and put them up just to have them copyright claimed. I was so upset. Okay, I think we're going to start with this pretty green down here, and like I said, these can go as shadows or as liners, and we might play with the liners in this look, but I don't know what we're making yet, so we're just going with it, you know. Whatever happens happens. It's kind of how I roll. I have a huge sty on this eye, and this keeps happening. It's almost every time that I put on false lashes. I feel like even though the magnetic what are they called? Glamnetic lashes. Even though they have magnets, they also have a sticky glue surface. It's kind of strange. I don't know why. So anywho, that's interesting. James Charles is getting called out by another 15-year-old. That's interesting. I can't wrap my head around why at this point he would be messaging these kids unless it is a true proclivity on his part. If that's what, you know, if it's an urge that's driving him, like a thing he can't get rid of, then all the more reason to dethrone him, because, you know, I realize he makes a lot of money for YouTube. It's probably like unpopular to call him out, because so many of his underage followers, they will fight you. Okay, so next, I think we're going to use this really pretty blue. It's the letter N of Avani. So I don't know who this is, but she made a beautiful palette. I love the colors and the tones of this palette. And while it's not necessarily a spring palette, this is the most poppin' summer palette. But I'm using it for spring, so it can be, obviously. I mean, it's not like there's a rule that says you have to use only pastels in the springtime. So I wanted to talk about some things that are hard for me to talk about, and I'm going to start, you know, some stories, some things about me so you can get to know me better. I'm going to be talking about my health, some of my background, all those kind of things. What I want to tell you about my job, or not my job specifically, it's about unemployment. So there is a huge fraud problem in the PUA unemployment system. And to catch people in fraud, they have to flag all these accounts, shut them down. So there was, out of 1.7 million people who are in the Ohio PUA program, they took 44,000 and they flagged them for fraud, shut down the payments so that no payments would go forward, and they have to prove with all these documents and tax documents going back years they want, and you have to produce all this documentation, and then still it sits there forever. So it has been 4 weeks since I or my fiance has gotten any unemployment, which is pretty rough. I had a little bit money saved, so I'm like hanging on the edge here. So hopefully my stimulus will come in, because 4 weeks, they have had our unemployment shut down. And for me, I couldn't remember my TurboTax password. And if you can't, and you can't verify by a phone number or whatever, like if you don't have that phone anymore, which was my case, or email, which was my case, you cannot you cannot recover your TurboTax. And I called TurboTax and they said, sorry, you'll have to make a new account. And you'll have to contact the IRS for any back transcripts. So I need my 2018 and 2019 tax returns. I'm not sure why they need 2018. That has nothing to do with the pandemic, but whatever, I digress. I am going to get those as soon as they come in. So that, long story short, IRS sent me this password thing that I put into their system, and I was supposed to be able to print my tax documents. And it said, that's the correct code, but what did it say? It was like, yeah, the code's correct, but your account is locked. That's what it said. Your account is locked. And I was like, flipping really. So it let me order the transcripts by mail, which I would have done in the first place if I knew that was an option. I went into online because that's what the lady on the phone told me to do. Because I couldn't get through to the IRS, so I just asked the unemployment people. So now I have to wait 2 more weeks for my documents to come in, and I have already been missing 4 weeks of unemployment. We're back to work, but it's at limited capacity. They've only let 2 of us come back so far. So it's crazy. My heart goes out to all those people who are affected by this, because I know there are so many of us that are truly, truly affected by this. And I also couldn't file my taxes, which would have gotten me some money as well, but can't file my taxes because I don't know my 2019 adjusted gross income. So I'm just chugging along over here, trying to stay in my lane, trying not to be upset. But yesterday, when I was on the phone with unemployment for 2 hours, let's go ahead and I'm just like went off on a tangent. Let's try, should I do this one? Let's try this one in that corner space. I might go into the darker, let's go into the darker purple, which is called Gretel's. The green one was called Lidster, and the other one was called Mama's Fave. So blue is Mama's Fave, green is called Lidster, and the purple is called Gretel's. So when I called them, I was waiting on hold for like 45 minutes. It may have been longer, like more like an hour, because I know I was on the phone total with unemployment for 2 hours. So when I finally got to speak to a human, she was robotic and cold-hearted. I know she's got a job to do, and I'm sure that she's been told to detach her emotions, because it would be really hard. I wouldn't be able to do it, have to tell people, yeah, there's nothing I can do. I know you can't, pay your bills or your rent or anything, but there's nothing I can do about that, So we were talking about, I told her that my tax documents, it was going to take another couple of weeks, and she made a note of that. And I said, it says that I was overpaid by $189, and I was wondering about that. And she said, oh, well, that week in November, it's like right before Thanksgiving, you were denied because you weren't off due to coronavirus. And I was like, did you hear what you just said? Like, I said, so I qualified for unemployment because I was laid off due to COVID for months. And then in the middle, there was a week where it wasn't due to COVID. And then there was months and months afterwards where it was due to COVID. Like, please explain that so that makes sense. She's like, I can't, I don't, that's just what it says. It says denied. Would you like to appeal it? I'm like, oh my gosh, really? And so then I said, so is there anything that you can tell me about like when they might be paying people again? And she's like, there's no time limit for adjudication. She kept saying it sounded like a robot. Oh, was so frustrating. And the whole process has been frustrating. So they said, nope, you can't go to work. So we were out of work for all that time. We went months without payment because the unemployment system was overloaded. And then when we finally got payment, they allowed me to go back to work for a little bit. And I did. It was like a month, maybe 2 months. And then they laid us off again due to the surge of COVID right before the holidays. So And I hold a sign downtown, so they said that there would be reduced visibility because people would be staying at home, right? So that's why it was directly related to coronavirus. But I feel like they take away your job, then they don't pay you for it. It's crazy. It's a crazy, crazy, crazy system. It's a crazy world these days. I don't even know which way is up most of the damn time. It's very, it's upsetting. So there's this really beautiful pearl purple called Diet. And I'm going to try that on the lid. Yeah, it's not going to be potent enough for the lid. I think I'll use it for the inner corner then, because it's super pretty. Kind of have to dig into it and unearth it a little bit. And then we'll put that in the corner. Oh, that's so pretty. So yeah, unemployment has been a pain. There's that Diet shade. What else is going on? My son's been having an awful lot of seizures recently, so we have to take him back to neurology. He has a seizure disorder and an autoimmune disease. And so today is his treatment day for that. My daughter was just diagnosed with Osgood-Schlatter's disease. So she has that bump on her knee. They used to call it growing pains, but it's really super painful for her. It's super painful for her. She's been losing sleep due to it, so it's pretty bad. And that's been happening. My health has been okay, but you guys, I've never really explained myself as far as what my health problems are. I have Ehlers-Danlos, which is a connective tissue disorder that my collagen is faulty, so it doesn't work properly. And your collagen is what holds your bones together. And so because mine's not properly made and it deteriorates over time, my bones pop in and out of joint all day. So I'm finally on a good regimen of medicine, or I'd never be able to have a YouTube channel and a job and deal with all of that. I also have severe celiac disease and a paralyzed stomach with gastroparesis because of Ehlers-Danlos and celiac. Now, my celiac is at the point where that silver is so pretty, so I was using the silver, which is the star emoji. Wait. The middle section doesn't have names. That's so weird. Oh, yes, it does. Okay, so I was wrong. The inner corner shade is not called Diet. It's called LMAO. I didn't see where they had placed the names above. So the names are above. So, yes, the silver one is called star emoji. So interesting. Okay. Anyway, I have to fix that. It's my laziness. I'm not wanting to do a cut crease. But that silver looks so pretty, so pretty. This palette is gorgeous, and I don't understand why their 9-pan palettes suck so very, very bad when they can produce something like this. This is gorgeous and worth every bit of $30. Now, I'm still mad at Morphe, but I think they're going to have no choice but to fire James Charles because, and yes, he's made them a lot of money, and yes, I'm sure that that's a hard business decision to make, but I think people are going to start boycotting in a big way if James Charles is allowed to stay on Morphe's payroll, because these allegations, and now we have a new person, a 15-year-old, and it makes me really mad. As a parent, it makes me very mad, and I'm not sure how it is that he's getting away with it, at least as far as YouTube and Twitter. Well, I guess he's being roasted on Twitter, but he's getting away with it everywhere else, which is just so stinking weird. Like, why is that okay with anyone ever? Bizarre to me. Absolutely bizarre. So hopefully they'll shut that down. Anyway, so with my celiacs, it's at the point where if I get glutened, which is what they call it, when you accidentally ingest gluten, and if it happens to me, I start throwing up immediately, and I don't stop throwing up for like 24 hours sometimes. Sometimes I throw up like 6 times and I'm okay, but it's a lot. And so a lot of health problems, and along with health problems sometimes comes depression and anxiety. So I have really horrible anxiety, and when I post my videos, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go hide now. Like, I posted it, I'm gonna go hide now, and then I have to work up the confidence to to look at the comments, and they're almost always positive, and I'm so silly for being like that, and I'm sorry that it takes me so long to get to comments sometimes. We're going to use this ColourPop liner in Amethyst Hour. So I just wanted you guys to know that depression and anxiety is a real thing for me. It's extremely anxiety inducing when you're putting yourself out there like that. And I just don't want you to think that I'm just like lazy or anything. I do look at all the comments eventually, although sometimes I feel like some fall through the cracks, but I am committed to this channel. I think that it's the most fun that I've ever had. When I was no longer working at the mall for Lancome, I missed it dearly, and I missed playing in makeup, and I missed playing around giving people I loved to put makeup on people. Jeez, I can't even think. Can't even think today. So, Easter's coming. That's hot. Oh, I don't think you're allowed to say that because that's a Paris Hilton thing. Don't copyright infringe me again. It was, like I said, so stinking weird to see a copyright claim on my video. not being monetized, and it was just weird. It was just weird. And I think, what is that? What is that? No. There's some kind of nasty stuff all over this desk. Okay, so we have a bunch of new things for April. We're considering the Avani Gregg Morphe palette to be an April thing because that's when I'm going to do my swatches, review, all that is probably going to be in the next couple of days, but it'll be for April because March was busy. I have a stack of stuff to show you about my March haul. Was a lot. So I can't seem to find, oh, there it is, my liner. I have been using and loving this Peachy Queen Winged Out liner. Loving it. It is so good. I feel like you cannot mess up with this liner. And for me, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of sold on this because it's cheaper than some of the others. It's $16 and it is so good. We'll have to see how long it lasts, but wow. It's got such a precise, it's so precise and gorgeous. Look at how effortless and pretty that is. Okay, so did I have anything else to update you on? I don't think so. Now that side went wrong. It went wrong. Dang it. We were doing so well, but I went too fast. And I definitely screwed it up. It went a lot higher and thicker than I wanted, but that's okay. Because we'll just repeat it on the other side. Looks okay. Okay. I've also been using this Damn Girl by Too Faced, and that's Amazeballs too. Amazeballs is my word. I so need to... I don't think I can like claim it as my own because some other people say it. But I've been saying that for a long, long time. So, I can't... Oh, I wanted to talk to you about something else. I have been waiting on this palette that I bought before St. Patrick's Day. Actually, like 2 weeks before St. Patrick's Day or something. I bought the Style Cosmetics Green Goddess, I think, or it's a green palette from them. And obviously it was supposed to be for St. Patrick's Day. They sent me an email apologizing that it wouldn't come out that soon, but that they would give me extra goodies or something like that. And I'm like, okay. But now it's April. It's going to be April, like in 2 days. And I've heard nothing. I love this Holo Taco holographic nail polish. It's so good. Okay. So, I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup and come back and chat with you a little bit more. And that's all. I'll be back in a minute. So this palette is like badass. Like, it's really good. It's really good. We're going to do a full review of swatches, and we're going to swatch the liners, and we're going to play with them, do a couple looks. That's coming up in a few days probably. So, in case you haven't watched some of my other videos, this polish from Holo Taco, these are amazing, guys. These are topper shades. If you put them on light colors, they are one color, and if you put them on dark colors, they're another color. So this is a yellow and blue, and this is pink and green. And so right now it's pink on the light pink background, but you see that holographic effect it gives? They're so nice. So these are called Galactic Unicorn Skin and Sonic Unicorn Skin. Check those out. That was part of my March haul that was just so amazing. So glad I did that. So I'm all ready to go. I'm not sure. I'm either going to go to the hospital or with my son, or my mom will, and I'll stay here with my daughter. But I am hoping that there are no future copyright claims. Even though I'm not monetized yet, I'd rather not have copyright claims on my work. So I worked really hard on the editing on those those videos. So give that a look. And if you like the Avani X Morphe palette, I believe it's still available at Morphe.com. And it is definitely really good quality, more like the Jaclyn Hill palettes than and James Charles and the one that Jeffree Star did. It's like that. So that on their collaborations they do great, and then on their own their formulas, no good. Those 9-pan palettes, it's so bad. This lipstick is one of my favorites. It's called Cosmic by Ciate London, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to get another one because these were on the Boxy Charm. It was like a pop-up sale or something. So, yikes. So probably I won't have that anymore, but it's so gorgeous because it's got that holographic thing to it as well. So that was it for this Get Ready With Me, and I will see you guys on the next one. Oh, don't forget, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. We have a great time over here, and I'm trying desperately hard to get monetized. And I have to have 1,000 subscribers. And I know you want to be one of my subscribers because we have so much fun over here. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, smash it. You've got this. Don't forget your amaze balls. Have a great day. Bye.